That activates the auto destruct.
The Simpsons. Tonight, make a resolution to watch TV's #1 comedy,
What's going on out here?
2.5 Men.
Oh, you know his voice. Now meet the man. We're going to sit down with Joe Cipriano, one of the top TV announcers in the country.
And the producers of The Biggest Loser present Master Chef, Amateur Home Chefs.
Animation Domination presents a quadruple feature that'll make you laugh so hard you're gonna get abs of steel.
What's going on, B-?
Oh, forget about it.
That activates the auto destruct.
The Simpsons. Tonight, make a resolution to watch TV's #1 comedy,
What's going on out here?
2.5 Men.
It's like we know him. That voice has been in our living rooms for years. That is the voice of Joe Cipriano, one of the top voiceover talents in America. He's the announcer for hit TV shows and primetime award shows.
Joe has one of the best jobs in the world. We all want it. So how did we get it? And how can we get it? It's all in his new book titled Living on Air: Adventures in Broadcasting. We've been so excited about you coming. Welcome.
Hi, Joe.
It's so great to be here, to actually be here on the set. This is so cool.
Well, we're really excited to have you here. So, like me, you started in radio.
Yeah.
I was 17 when I started. You were 14.
14 years old, yeah. And, you know, at that age, you don't know what the heck you're doing, you know. I mean, it was unbelievable. And I remember, you know, being on the air in my hometown, Waterbury, Connecticut, at 16 years of age. You know, I'm not a journalist like you guys. You would have to do a minute of news while you're doing your top 40 show.
Right.
And it was 1971, so it was the Vietnam War, you know, and it's all these towns and battlefields that I had no idea. We hadn't done that in current events yet in, you know, in high school. And I remember going back, oh my gosh, and, you know, and I'm reading it live on the air and I'm coming to that story and I have no idea what to do. The only thing I could think to do was I reached over and I turned the transmitter off the air. And I waited like 10 seconds and I turned it back on and I said, that's news, now let's look at weather.
Oh, that's a way to get around it, huh?
Always the way.
So the fact that you were a kid doing radio in Connecticut, you said now this radio gig kind of brings you to Los Angeles, but how do you take that radio career and turn it into a voiceover career?
You know, I had become aware of those great voices like Ernie Anderson, The Love Boat, and Danny Dark, who was a mentor of mine, and of course Don LaFontaine, in a world.
Oh gosh,
you know? And I said, you know, I really want to do something like that. I started pursuing it. I had, early on when I moved here in the early 80s, I did Fast Times at Ridgemont High. That was my first movie trailer that I did. But what really brought me into, like, the golden gig, I just happened to be on the air. I was a disc jockey at KISS FM, filling in for a guy named Big Ron O'Brien one day in the afternoon. #1 station in town. And there was this guy stuck in traffic driving home to Simi Valley. He was the new head of marketing for a brand new network called Fox. It was 1988. It had just come on the air. So he was stuck in traffic. I was his only companion in the car for an hour. And I was doing an audition without knowing it. And that's what led to 20 years of all those great
probably the only guy who loves traffic jams in L.A. Everybody else curses him. You've got a career.
That's right. I'm still waiting for more gigs to come that way.
Well, we're all waiting for our big moment too.
Yes.
And so, you know, we all fancy ourselves as having decent, you know, broadcast voices.
I don't, Joe.
What is it about yours, and what is it about those people who are successful? What are they looking for?
Well, you know, I think what happens is they're looking for a voice that will be associated with the brand, whatever it is. You know, for example, like I said, Ernie Anderson saying The Love Boat, and all of these voices that are associated with a brand, whether you know, whatever it may be. But, you know, for example, for me, as the voice of Fox or CBS or whatever, it's kind of like commercials come on, the viewer goes into the kitchen and they have their head in the refrigerator. When a promo comes on, they hear my voice or someone else's voice and they go, oh yeah, I'm watching CBS or I'm watching KTLA. So
there's a consistency and a certain sound.
Yeah, right, exactly. So just like branding anything else with logos and things like that, you're also looking for the audio equivalent of that.
Can you give us a little
quick lesson?
Yes. Do you guys all speak from your diaphragm?
Probably not.
Probably not.
I don't know.
I don't know where it is. Somewhere near.
It's down here. It's like just below your rib cage. And you know, when you use your diaphragm properly, we only use 1/8 the capacity of our lungs. But when you use your diaphragm, it pushes all those guts out of the way, and your lungs can expand.
So give us a line or something.
Okay. Well, here's what you do. We're going to count to 10.
Okay.
I learned this from Lake Bell. I was in her movie In a World, where she played a a vocal coach. So on the odd numbers, we use our lowest register. On the even numbers, we use our highest register. And then when we get to 10, after that, we're going to say, you're watching the KTLA Morning News, and it's going to be your true voice. You're going to find your voice. So odd, low, even, high. Ready? Here we go.
Now I'm already confused.
Yeah.
Odd, low.
1, 2, 3. Come on. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You're watching the KTLA Morning News.
That's interesting.
You should feel it right in there.
I want to say hi to the writers at Jimmy Kimmel because we'll be on that show.
I liked it. I don't know about you. That was good, Joe. And I bet business comes to a halt when you get a sore throat, huh?
Oh, my gosh.
What's your go-to when you do that?
You know what? You just hope and pray, and you drink a lot of water. It's the worst thing that can happen. That's for sure. Yeah.
Pleasure to meet you, Joe.
Thank you. Thanks for having me. What a kick. Thanks, guys.
Joe Cipriano's new book is titled Living on Air, Adventures in Broadcasting. For more information, we'll have it all for you at our website, KTLA.com. The KTLA.
Very good.
Right here on Channel 5.